Hey there, my friends, family, and Ranch Files. Doc Pierce here, and I thought I'd give you a quick update on the chickens, and they're all doing well. Those are all the 4 young hens that I bought from Tractor Supply, as day-old chicks. They're doing fantastic. The dogs over there have been barking for about the last hour and a half because they got a turtle over there. And that turtle's just all in his shell or her shell, and so they can't do anything about it. They're just going to bark at it. Just sit there and bark, 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 bark. That's their job, especially Kai. She'll be happy to bark at that thing for hours. I wanted to give you an update on the greenhouse, high tunnel. It's not really technically a greenhouse. High tunnel growing room thingy, what we got here. Those dratted chickens got in here and raided my strawberries. I told you on a previous video that there's always something that goes wrong with the strawberries, and this time it was the chickens that got in there and ate half of them. I guess payback is what it is. You can see they've just chewed those up. Oh, look at them all chewed to pieces. Here's the latest experiment. I saw this technique used on a YouTube channel called Living Traditions. Wonderful home style channel if you're interested. It's called Living Traditions, and they use this to keep out all the worms that eat the brassicas. That's broccoli and kale and cauliflower and cabbage. So I've got 3 plants in each tub. They put 2, but it looked like they had room for more. So, and I had extra ones. I got these on sale for $1 for, I think it was $1 for 4 plants. They were on closeout at Lowe's. So for $5, I got enough plants to fill 4 tubs. And 3 in each. There's 3 broccoli, 3 cauliflower, 3 cabbage, and then 1 that has 1 of each. So we'll see how this works. This stuff I bought online. I forget which place, probably eBay. And it's 100 by 150 centimeters, I think it is, but 100 by 150. Technically, they're for putting over trees, but they're so delicate. You got to be super careful, especially with this wiring. It snags all over the place. But I'm interested to see. I've got to tie the bottom tight. They come with a tie down. That one I forgot to do. Okay, the good news is the pawpaws. Look at here. We got leaves on about half of the pawpaw trees that I dug up. Now the question is going to be whether the roots take. That's going to be the question. I know the leaves would sprout just because there's enough life in the stem and the branches and the trunk that it'll feed the leaves for at least a while. You can see the onions are doing really well. I started all these so I could sell them as seed onions. But right now there's onions available everywhere, super dirt cheap. So if I had to sell them for the same price you can get them at the Home Depot or Lowe's, I would lose money. It wouldn't be worth it. So I'm going to let these go a little bit longer, pull them out, dry them, and then about a month from now, nobody will be able to find onion starts. I found a store over in Southwest City, feed store, that said they would take them and sell them. So we'll see. It's not a big money maker, but I just like doing new stuff. Here's some of the other stuff that I got for $1 a shot with some spearmint, some peppermint, and some oregano. So for $5, I got those 4 tubs over there and 4 large planters. I'm so cheap, but I just love a deal. There is, I'm happy that grew. That's from last year. That's passion fruit. And I've got maybe about 10 of them growing in that I grew from seeds. And my goal is to plant along the back fence. I'd like to get just a whole row of passion fruit growing because they're perennials. They'll come back every year. And passion fruit, if you haven't had it, is delicious. especially if you put it in like with tea or with a drink, or make lemonade or a passion fruit aid out of it. Not lemonade, but you could mix it with lemonade, it'd be really good. There's just some few odds and ends. There's raspberry. These are what were those? Those are Pink Lady apples. I'm just seeing, I cut off a branch I needed to trim, and I just stuck it in the dirt to see if they'll grow. You never know. This one right here was an apple that I cut a piece off and stuck in the dirt, and it grew. So that's a nice little apple rootstock. So I could actually take that rootstock and graft on one of my other cultivars apples, you know, Fuji or Gala, or I don't know, I got about half a dozen of them. Anyways, I think that's all the news. Oh, look at the blueberries as long as we're over here. They are growing a lot of leaves, and a lot of them even developed flowers, which is not good. I should go through and knock those flowers off. We don't want fruit growing on propagation stock. Just haven't done it yet. The trick here again is not to get the leaves to grow, but the roots to form underneath. And the last few I've checked have had no roots. So still hoping and praying on that. You can see probably a third of them have already died, but there's still a good number. That would do a good start toward getting my blueberry patch going. Here's all the seedlings I started, and that indoor light was just not working with these guys. You can see they're all sickly looking, so I just brought them out today. And actually a bunch of them will start going into the ground. The ground's all prepared in the high tunnel here. And what I have to do is, if I want to grow in the same spot, I have to use an auger, pull out the dirt, add some new potting soil and some fertilizer, and put it back in, and then plant back into the holes. And it worked out pretty good last year. It's pretty labor intensive, but it's worth it, I think. I've got volunteer tomatoes growing all over the place. Here's the rest of the pawpaws. You can see there's definitely some leaves coming out on about half of them. Come on, roots. I'm rooting for roots. So I'd love to have my own pawpaw patch. Okay, I guess that really is about it. Just checking in, now checking out. Much love and many blessings. Doc out.